Hey there, ready to finally get a handle on what AI is all about? You've come to the right place. We're going to break it all down piece by piece so you know exactly what's up with this incredible technology. All right, let's just jump right in. So let's just cut to the chase, right? This is the big one. The question that's on, well, everyone's mind. We hear this term thrown around constantly, but what does it actually mean? Let's clear that up right now. Okay, so let's start at square one. Before we get into all the really cool kind of mind-bending stuff, we gotta nail down the fundamental idea behind artificial intelligence. At its heart, it's actually pretty simple. AI is all about trying to get machines, computers, to think and act like we do. The entire goal is to give them the ability to learn stuff, reason through problems, and, make their own decisions. And yeah, this slide really hits the nail on the head. Just think about what your brain does without you even trying. You understand things, you react, you interpret what's going on. The grand dream of AI is to copy that, to learn, to reason, and to decide. It's basically an attempt to build a digital brain. And listen, this idea isn't new at all. I mean, it's been around forever, mostly in sci-fi books and movies. But it started to become a real thing thanks to absolute geniuses like Alan Turing way back in the 1950s. Then you fast forward to 2022, and bam, the AI boom, the explosion happened. And tools like ChatGPT literally put this insane power right into our hands. All right, so we get what it is, but how does the magic actually work? How does it learn? Let's pop the hood and take a look at how an AI brain actually gets smarter. You can forget all the super complicated jargon for a second. The whole system, the entire thing, is built on just two key things: a ton of data. Think of that as a textbook, and algorithms, which are basically the rules for how to learn from that textbook. That's it. Data and algorithms. Simple as that. So it all happens in this little 5-step cycle. First, the AI just gathers a massive amount of data. Then it starts studying that data, looking for patterns. It's kind of like a kid seeing thousands of pictures of dogs to figure out what a dog looks like. Once it spots enough patterns, it builds a model. That's its own little brain. From there, it can start making decisions, like saying, hey, that's a dog, in a new photo. And here's the coolest part. The more it does this and the more feedback it gets, the smarter it gets. It's a constant loop of learning. But here's the thing. AI isn't just one single thing. It actually comes in a bunch of different flavors, and each one has its own special powers that, believe it or not, we're already using every single day. Let's break them down. Okay, these are the big four you really need to know about. You've got machine learning, that's kind of the foundation of everything. Then natural language processing, which is all about talking and understanding. Then there's generative AI, the creative one. And finally, expert systems, the digital specialists. All right, first up is machine learning, or ML for short. This is the bedrock, the foundation of almost all modern AI. It's what lets a computer learn without a programmer having to sit there and write code for every single tiny little possibility. That spam filter in your email that just knows what's junk, that's ML. And Netflix, when it suggests a movie that you were literally just thinking about, yeah, that's ML too. Next, we have NLP. This is the magic that lets us talk to our gadgets. Anytime you ask Siri about the weather or use an app to translate something on the fly, that's NLP working behind the scenes, understanding your words and firing back a response. It's the bridge between our human language and the computer's logic. And now for the one that's been making all the headlines, generative AI. This is a whole different ballgame. This isn't just about understanding information, it's about creating brand new stuff from scratch. It can write you a story, compose a piece of music, or, as we've all seen, generate some absolutely jaw-dropping images. And its impact has been just huge. Do you remember when social media just completely blew up with those gorgeous Ghibli-style images from OpenAI? Or that Google tool that turned your selfies into little 3D characters? We are talking about billions of images being generated. It's completely changed our idea of what a computer can create. Okay, so we've got the different types down. Now let's talk about the different levels. AI is also sorted by how smart it is, from the practical tools we have right now to the stuff that's still pure science fiction. Right now, today, every single piece of AI we use is what's called ANI, or narrow AI. It is fantastic at one specific thing, like Google Maps finding you the fastest route. The big dream, the holy grail, is AGI, or general AI, an AI that could do basically any intellectual task a human can. We're working on it, but we're not there yet. And then way out there in the future is ASI, or super AI. And yeah, that's still firmly in sci-fi territory. And just to give you an idea of the scale we're talking about to get to that next level, it's just mind-boggling. For example, a super advanced model like Grok 3 is estimated to need something like 200,000 GPUs to run. I mean, that is just a staggering amount of computing power, all pushing to see what's possible. But here's the reality check. For all that power, we are not at AGI yet, not even close. Today's best AIs are amazing at finding patterns, which goes right back to how they learn, right? But they still really struggle with basic common sense reasoning. They don't really get cause and effect, and they can fail at incredibly simple things like drawing a person writing with their left hand. So the big takeaway here is we've still got a long, long way to go. Okay, so we've talked about the what, the how, and the different kinds. But what does all of this actually mean for you, for me, for us? Why is this technology so revolutionary right now? Well, the practical upsides are just massive. An AI can work 24/7 without ever getting tired or needing a coffee break. It can automate all those boring, repetitive jobs that, let's be honest, nobody really wants to do. It helps slash human errors in really complex fields, and it lets us sift through mountains of data to make way smarter decisions. And we're not just talking about making life a little easier. This tech is having a huge, real-world impact across the most important parts of our society, from helping doctors save lives in healthcare and driving economic growth, all the way to tackling climate change and providing incredible customer service. AI's fingerprints are everywhere. So there you have it. That's the 101 on AI. It's not some futuristic concept from a movie anymore. It's a real, powerful tool that is already changing our world. The technology is here, and it's getting more powerful by the day. And that leaves us with one final, really exciting question to chew on. What's next?